feel like we kind of know what we're up against since we did play them in the early half of our season. Um, as defensively, same game plan, just as like we played them earlier, stop the run. They're a heavy run team, so it's going to be very special for our front seven to be on the A games this game. Their running backs are big backs, just like last week with Arlington. So we're definitely gonna have to make good form tackles, and gang tackles, and everybody fly around the ball.
Good. What questions do you guys have?
Afternoon, Trevon. Kyle Nash with the 3-point conversion. Good to meet you, man. So you were talking about last time you played the Brahmas before. You know kind of what they're going to do, but someone's got to ask, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. You talk about elements of familiarity. There's a possibility that Paxton could be out there on the field as you battle the Brahmas the second time there. From a game preparation standpoint, is that like another element of familiarity because you practice against him, or what kind of dynamic and how fun will it be to play against him?
It's definitely gonna be fun. At the end of the day, he once was a guardian. Now he's a Brahma. And as far as up front with the defensive line, we're used to his cadences. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to change. So that can be a step up for us. And I don't think there's going to be anything different with him being in the game or out of the game. I know the Brahmas did switch OCs, but it still looks like they're kind of sticking to the run game based off of the personnel that they have on offense. So it may be some different changes and stuff from what they've shown in the couple of weeks that they did have that new OC. But pretty much they're the same team, same offense, big on run and play action, and they will go empty and try to get the ball out in the flats and hit the deep posts.
And kind of a follow-up to that, Trevon, you mentioned them having big backs, which they absolutely do. But from your perspective, from a defensive guy, like, do you prefer a team that has a bruiser back that you're battling, or versus trying to chase a scat back? Is there one you prefer? And what's kind of the difference from your perspective when you're putting your hand in the dirt there?
I prefer a bruiser back for the simple fact I'm a big guy. I don't like chasing those scat backs. You grab them and they might go that way, spin out the tackle. And pretty much like Coach Snyder says, with the big backs, you kill the engines, you wrap them up down low. They're pretty much done. Because of course they want to try to run you over, stiff arm you, get vertical. They're not east and west guys; they're north and south guys. So you kill the engines on them guys, and it's much easier. And like I said, gang tackling, that's going to be big this week.
Yeah, I know that you played the Brahmas earlier. Does it feel, Trevon, that it's been a long, long time with this team and the other team since you played them, that things going to be a lot different in this game?
No, I don't think things are going to be a lot different. The past couple of teams have been heavy on the run. Arlington, Seattle gave us a challenge on the run. They had pretty good backs at Seattle as well. So the past couple of weeks we've been playing kind of heavy run teams. So we've been kind of focusing on our four down front and our kind of heavy package and not so much in our light package. So we're just going to stick to our game plan and what we know on defense and play ball like how we know how to play. So I don't really think there's going to be a big difference from when we played them early on in the season to now.
And you had one of the greatest experiences I've actually seen is that you got a chance to be the mayor for the day. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
That was cool. I think it was me and maybe 3 other guys that did it in the city. So it was definitely an honor to be mayor for the day. Especially it's a lot of people from Charleston that did great things, but to be recognized on that level by the mayor, and everybody in the city council, that's a pretty big deal to me. They gave me the key to the city, the flag to the city, and had this big ceremony for me. It was just a big thing. You can look it up on YouTube. So it definitely was an honor to have something like that happen to me. That's a once in a lifetime thing that again, and not everybody gets an opportunity like that. So it definitely was great. A lot of memories I still have. Just to be able to call the mayor. I have a cell phone number. Or call the chief. I can call them at any point in time and they answer. So that it definitely means a lot.
Can't hear you, Jeff. It's not showing you as muted.
Can you hear me now?
There you
Oh,
go.
there.
Had to lose the rig. Sorry. Jeff Barnes, Team of BS Media. You guys have had an issue defensively starting fast. You've given up scores on early drives that then settled in. What are you guys going to try and do this week to try and give your offense that advantage, getting the early stop so they can try and get that early lead?
Just from me personally, I feel like that starts up front with the defensive line. You know, as long as we can get negative yards up front, getting back on the offensive lineman, taking up the double teams and letting our linebackers flow through the ball freely and make plays. I think that's what's really going to help, and that's something we've been honing in on. As far as the defensive line these past couple of weeks, because we know we're going to be playing heavy run team, is starting fast up front as a defensive line, and cutting out the mental errors. We're late in the season. Even me personally, I make a couple mental errors early on, which I have to get better at. Just being so hyped for the game, sometimes you just have a brain fart. But I personally feel like up front, if we can do our job at a very high level and make it easier for the back end, whether it's rushing the pass or stopping the run, that can help us out early on because, like I said, everything starts up front with the defensive line. So I personally put that on our defensive line to, hold that standard and do we have to do up front so we can start off fast.
Where would you say definitely this team has evolved a lot, both offensively and defensively? At this point, are you a little bit surprised that you're still not in playoff contention at this point in the season?
I would say so. For the simple fact, I've been around these guys for now 8-9 weeks. If you add in camp, that's another month on top of that. And we really have athletes on this team. And you've seen it when we played, the past couple of weeks. And it's scary to see, having athletes that we have. I feel like we just have to keep putting the pieces together of the puzzle. And, the demeanor around here is that, yes, we still have 2 more weeks to play. Why not go out here and win these 2 weeks? So nobody's not giving up over here. Nobody's not, throwing in the towel or anything like that. We're still playing just like we're still in the playoff contention. Even though we know the season is going to be over in 2 weeks, but just like the coaches said, it's still an interview process. They still have the option to bring you back next week, or, you might need to get some more film to go to the next level, which is the NFL. So why give up now?
Yeah, you kind of answered my question there, Trevon, about this being an evaluation league. How much of it that helps keeps you motivated for the last 2 weeks? If you even need that motivation above competing and getting to be paid to play and all that. But let me tell you this: there's a philosophy I kind of subscribe to, that you can kind of gauge how good a unit is based on the people that practice against them, because they see them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You've been playing against this offensive line. How much have you seen them improve from the beginning to now, and what is you say is their biggest improvement so far?
Biggest improvement is definitely their communication. I know I'm a student of the game, and I pay attention to those calls, those A's and B's and scoop and swoop and all those different things that they say is an offensive line, which make me have an upper hand on them. So as of now, even in practice, like they'll say swoop. So I'm like, okay, I got a double coming, and they'll run a stretch play. So definitely a communication that definitely throws off a lot of defensive linemen, and just the camaraderie and coming together as one. I know offensive line can be hard because you got 5 different people from 5 different styles of offenses coming in at a short period of time and try to play together. And they really just been honing in on their craft. I see those guys staying after practice a lot, working on their pass sets, working on their calls and stuff like that. So very strong group, very motivated group, and they've definitely improved from week 1. And week to week, they have definitely gotten better. So they're not going to stop now, even though with 2 games left. So just like today at practice, those guys are out there. Centers were getting extra snaps, working on when we go on 2, honing on that snap count. So they're definitely getting better and stuff like that.
Trevon, I've been in that situation you're in where you've moved on from football and have come back to it. Explain to me your mindset these last couple of games, because after these next two games, there's no guarantees for anybody, whether it's next level or this level. You know, your mindset is the last two games. What are you thinking as far as next year?
Next couple of games, definitely go out and give my all. I've never been a person to quit on anything I've ever done. I always want to give my best effort. Me personally, I'm gonna be honest coming into this. I just wanted to play football again. It's been 3 years since I put my hand in the dirt and was able to hit somebody. So I kind of once I came off the couch, because I still worked out being a police officer, but I kind of came off the couch as far as football wise, and actually proved myself that I still had it to play football. And as the season went on, I got better, back in better shape. Continue to hold on my craft and work on the things that I was slacking, and I can continue to improve every week. And maybe I'm not making plays or I don't show up on a stat sheet, but if you go back and look at the film, I'm knocking guys back, at the nose position and causing havoc. And my linebackers in 3-tech or who ends are making plays in the backfield because I'm causing havoc in the backfield. So coming to it, I really didn't want to play pro football anymore. Didn't have any higher aspirations to go on to the next level, but getting back into it and seeing I still have it and I still can play ball at a high level. I've opened up my options to try to get back into the league for the simple fact football is my first love, and obviously it came back to me like that, so why not keep going? So that's my goal for these next couple of games. Definitely put some more good film out there and see what the scouts say after the season. I just need an opportunity. Coach Warren with the Guardians gave me an opportunity, took the chance with me, and it paid off. So hopefully a scout or whoever notices my film and give me a chance and I can prove myself. I can go from there.
Yeah, to that point, it's amazing that you were in the XFL before and now you're in the XFL this time around. Somebody who is still playing can have an opportunity like yourself and be on the field. Talk about the XFL and that opportunity it presents to people who are still playing football.
Definitely is a great opportunity. I went to Troy, which isn't we're D1, but we're not a Power 5. We're in the Sun Belt Conference. So it gives guys from HBCUs, the smaller Division I conferences, opportunity to show your talent, because we have all type of guys here from D3, D2, D1, all the way up to the Power 5 chain. And you can go against these guys who are bigger and supposed to have the better size of you from going to a smaller college, and you can show, well, I can play against these guys that went to these big schools like Alabama, Mississippi State, and the LSUs and the Wisconsin. You can play against all these guys and show the scouts that, hey, these guys went to these big schools, I can still play against these guys. So that's something I kind of pay attention to. I kind of look up these guys' stats and what schools they went to, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna be me, but to see that I can play against these guys that play at these big SEC schools or ACC or Big Ten school, and I can handle my business on the field. It definitely means a lot. So don't sleep on the XFL. Definitely give these leagues an opportunity. If this is your goal to go to the next level, and they're telling you, we need some more film or whatever, give the XFL a shot. Put your name in the pools. See if you get drafted. If you do, come out and do your best. And that's all I did both times in the XFL.
Yeah, and that's extraordinary. And you were a police officer. What is the biggest misconception people have about police officers in today's society?
We're all bad people. We're not all bad people. And just like I explained to some of my teammates, we have conversations, they ask me questions all the time, like, what if this happened or what if that happened? You have good people and bad people in every job, whether it's being a police officer, whether it's working at TJ Maxx somewhere or in a gas station. You have good employees and bad employees. Police officers are just held to higher standards because they're put on that I wouldn't say a pedestal, but they have the power, basically take someone's freedom or not. And I feel like we're looked at, everyone is looked at as bad people as far as law enforcement. And people are legit scared of police officers. But one thing I want people to realize is not every officer is bad. Not every officer, are like the people that you see that do the bad things that come out on the news. I would tell people, come learn, and get a better understanding of why things are the way they are. Why police officers, it's maybe a simple traffic stop, and it's 4 cars out there. Come learn why. Come do a ride along. Ride alongs are free. You can sign up for a ride along at any point in time, and get a better understanding to the job. I think a lot of people don't understand what's going on or what happens on that side of law enforcement. And I feel like if they get a better understanding, then it could alleviate and help some things.
You mentioned a lot of unique experiences and point of view as being a police officer. Kind of relating it to your experience here, your time being a police officer, has there been anything you could have taken from that to make you a better football player?
Most definitely. It's always been a camaraderie, whether it came from football or law enforcement. I back these guys up here on the football field, just the same way as I back those guys out on the streets. So the camaraderie, that stuff never changes. And I've definitely got a better look at life, a better understanding of life being a police officer. I've seen some good things and I've seen some really bad things. You get put in those situations, you have to help people, and sometimes they don't make it. And sometimes that stuff starts to pile up on you. And you just get a better understanding of life, of the definition of life and death. Because you could be here one moment, whether you're in a car, you get in a car accident, or you could be at the gas station somewhere, or just having a drink somewhere and something happens, and you could be here and gone just like that. So just coming out here, that's what I told these guys, I'm just happy to be back on the field. Because it sometimes it does get overwhelming. So just to be out here, I appreciate being back on the field. I appreciate, sometimes we complain about the workouts and running extra and doing cardio and, well, why is coach doing this? Why is coach doing that? But until you see the other side of the world and what happens when, the street lights come on and everybody's in the house, you really get to see what goes on. You get a real appreciation of life and death.
You guys good?
No, I did have a question. You came from Troy University, which, as you mentioned, it's not one of the bigger schools, but you did win a lot. How was that kind of molded you now that you're on a team that unfortunately is struggling in the win department?
It's definitely hard. Like you said, I came from a winning program. My team, I think we were winningest team in Troy history or something. We broke a bunch of records at Troy. It's tough because I'm used to winning. I'm a winner. I hate losing. But at the end of the day, we're all here for the same goal, whether it's to play football or to go to the next level. So as I got older, I tend to not pay attention to the record or the scoreboard. I just go out there and play ball. And I kind of tell the guys around me, hey, at the end of the day, if we go out there and do what we have to do, the scoreboard change for itself and our record to change for itself. So that's something I'm big on. I try not to pay attention to that stuff now. I just want to go out, continue to perfect my craft and have fun. At the end of the day, football is nothing but a bunch of grown men playing a kid's game. So the moment you start having fun playing football, then you might need to hang it up. So at the end of the day, we might be 1-8. I mean, we can go out 1-9 or whatever our record. See, I really don't even know whatever our record is. As long as I'm still having fun being around these guys in the locker room, football field, and the meeting room, I'll be having fun. And I'll continue to do it. And like I said, the moment I start having fun with it, that's when I hang up the cleats.
Yeah, I think it's remarkable that you was able to be out of football and come back and be in a position that people to this day still ask me about how do I get involved in the XFL, but you are actually out of football and playing. That's remarkable.
Hey, whatever you put your mind to, do it. I was raised in church, and I prayed about it, and I took the leap of faith. And what they say, the Lord work in mysterious ways. I didn't know was going to get this opportunity. I just happened to check my email one day from Coach Warren, and Coach Warren sent me an email and invited me to camp, and he took a chance on me. So definitely, if you're trying to get in, check your emails. I've definitely gotten better at that. But I got the call and took the leap of faith, and it paid off. So.
I would co-sign on Trevon's check your email thing. That's how I got this job.
Definitely check your email.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I just got an email out of the blue. Anyway, everybody good?
No, that was great. Thank you, Trevon.
No problem. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Trevon, best wishes this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Trevon. See you Friday.